Hey dolls, can I call you that? It's me, Doll V, and we are back in another video. In this video, we are going to talk more about the Harajuku substyle Tenshi Kaiwai. Now, I did upload a short form video about this substyle, JFashion style. Tenshi Kaiwai is kind of like Cinema Roll starting a fashion line for sporty angel maids in cyber heaven based off of his own aesthetic. Nah, I'm just kidding. But for real, Tenshi Kaiwai actually translates to angel neighborhood. So there is a little bit of confusion about like the actual rules of this aesthetic. What I found really interesting about all of these terms for Japanese fashion substyles is that often they aren't commonly used in Japan, or maybe in Japan people aren't as strict about them. Maybe you can chime in the comments and refute me here about all of this, or give me your 2 cents or your opinion or your experiences. But there seems to be a lot of Westerners who are involved in the Japanese fashion subculture, and there's like a little bit of infighting. I noticed there seemed to be some infighting in the Fairy K community. I do follow a lot of Fairy K fashionistas, but I didn't know anything about the infighting. I didn't look it up. I was shopping at the Now Perch store, however, in Harajuku, and I asked the associate who, first language Japanese, whose fashion style was bangin', and she helped me so much with putting together a great outfit. I asked her what is like the Japanese term, what is the term of the fashion style of Nile Perch clothing, and she didn't really have an answer for me. She was kind of like, oh, I hadn't really thought of that. Like, it seemed like nobody had ever asked her that before, and she was like, Lolita? And then I just thought it reminds me of nursery rhyme, like nursery, like bedroom stuff for babies. And she was like, oh yeah, I see that. Personally, I think it's important that we don't get like overtly arrogant or mean over the internet about the terms, but I think it is cool to be passionate about accuracy in defining these JFashion terms, and doing our research. In my Google search, I seem to find some outfits of the Tenshi Kaiwai, like when you type it in on Google, that don't seem to like fit what it's supposed to be. There were some cyber elements, some angelic elements. The controversy, according to the web, with the term Tenshi Kaiwai is that this term was a fan mail hashtag for an online Japanese magazine called Tenshi Zyoshi, which is loyal to an aesthetic called Mizuiro. So somebody in my comment section was like, it's got to be light blue and white. And allegedly, the magazine complained that the hashtag now is becoming diluted. They obviously mean the Japanese hashtag, and that its original intended worldview was translucence and ephemerality, like an angel. So when we do look at the Japanese hashtag on Instagram, it has 89,000 plus uses. So there's definitely a community in Japan associating with this term, and there really is a dominance of a particular aesthetic, a clear aesthetic of like the baby blue, the white. When we look into the English hashtag Tenshi Kaiwai with Romaji or Roman characters, there's only about 5,000 uses, and there's kind of a little mixture of everything. Curious to see how many hits the English hashtag will have in a year or a few years from now. I noticed that this term Tenshi Kaiwai and this style is now floating around a conversation with JFashion on the internet. So there seems to be some leeway and diversity within the particular style, according to JFashion Wiki, and that it doesn't have to be disciplined to the light blue and the white and the gray. But because there is like some black outfits, maybe there is cyber AngelCore, and Tenshi Kaiwai is its own thing. A lot of the references online really display the clothing designs in the Jersey made aesthetic. So when you type in Tenshi Kaiwai in Google, or you look at the Japanese hashtag, it shows these like sports looking cyber made like tracksuits. So in summary, there is definitely a clear image of the baby blue and the white combinations. But I see a lot of these boxier Jersey made style oversized sort of sweater dresses. That's what I see most of. But I have seen some baby pink and some white and even some black colors in those same boxier sporty sweater dresses that emanate to me, from what I see, the Jersey made look. But I'm not an expert. So there seems to be a combination of ruffles, with tech wear. It's girly, it's angelic. It's conservative in the sense that it doesn't reveal a lot of skin, but it definitely stands out. I have seen, however, some like kind of more girly dresses. I feel like if you're trying to build a Tenshi Kaiwai wardrobe with the strict rule of Mizuiro aesthetic, then you want to be collecting white and baby blue pieces, angelic pieces, so maybe some like wings for clips, maybe some kind of tech wear style arm sleeves or leg warmers. I did see a lot of this style at the ACDC Rag store, so maybe just picking up a full outfit from there, or making your own outfits that emanate the conservative, childish, angel neighborhood girl. That is open to interpretation. Again, I would love to hear what your interpretation of the fashion style is. If we want to stay very, if we want to be in alignment with what Japanese fashionista girls are posting with the Japanese hashtag, then maybe we want to see what is the more common factor with these outfits in the hashtag and then go from there. It's angelic and sporty, but if you're being more dedicated to the concept of Mizuiro, I'm guessing you better not be wearing any baby pink or black, although you do see that when you type in Tenshi Kaiwai. So there's a bit of confusion here. One blog describes the style as kind and slightly childish, a splendid angel neighborhood girl. Hairstyles typically appear to be short, which I think is complementary to the baggy style of the zip-up sweaters that are boxy and the arm warmers and the leg warmers. So you do see a lot of these short bobs with bangs with the outfits. The makeup seems to be very pale, bordering into the Byojaku makeup style, which is translated as weak, but I do understand that the Byojaku has like the sickly eye girl makeup with the red around the eyes. So if you do look into the Japanese hashtag on Instagram, it seems to be just very exaggerated pale scents with big eyes. There is clearly a little bit of a rebuttal with the Tenshi Kaiwai term. Do you think that it's being misused? Mizuiro light blue, is that very strict as a rule in the Tenshi Kaiwai fashion? I want to hear from you guys. Meet me in the comment section below. Do you think we need to rename this particular aesthetic? Because it seems that Tenshi Kaiwai isn't limited to baby blue and white, but Mizuiro is. So is this fashion aesthetic Tenshi Kaiwai Mizuiro? And then the angel neighborhood stuff that isn't baby blue and white, what are we going to call this fashion aesthetic? You guys tell me. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and I'll catch you guys in the next one.